Hey y'all, and welcome back to Keeping Up with Christy. I'm Christy and this is my husband Neil. Say hey Neil.
Hey y'all.
So on today's video, we're going to be sharing, we're going to do another appetizer and dessert. I had dinner all planned out for tonight and Neil said, let's film something. So, but what we're having for dinner, we've already filmed before. It's Alice Springs chicken, the knockoff kind from Outback. It's one of our favorite things to go to Outback and get, but it's way cheaper and better actually tasting, we think, if you just make it at home. And so it was already on our menu plan to make that. All the stuff was bought. So I said, let's do an appetizer and a dessert. I don't have any of that made yet. So that's what we're gonna do. So we actually came up with the perfect appetizer, I thought, because we have a ton of tomatoes. Have you noticed?
I noticed.
They're everywhere at our house.
Do you have another one? So I
got more sitting behind me right here.
Oh.
Yeah. I have almost 2 pounds that I've already diced up and chopped up. And we're gonna make tomato bruschetta.
What is that?
It's basically just like a tomato salad.
It sounds fancy, y'all.
On top of a piece of toast. So you like put it on
Tomato what?
Like a salad.
Salad.
Like a, yes, it's delicious and wonderful and yummy. And we all pretty much like it at this house except for Abby. But even those of us who don't like tomatoes like tomato bruschetta on top of a piece of nice crunchy French bread. So our neighbors next door have brought us lots of tomatoes, and then our girls also from work have been bringing home tomatoes. So we appreciate when people share, and Dad's actually like trying to grow some out here too. His are still green, so we're waiting on them to ripen up, and then he'll be bringing in a new little tomato harvest. So we appreciate our neighbors and our friends and co-workers who are sharing their abundant harvest, and we're gonna use them up. Go ahead.
Oh, I get to actually
Well, you said you wanted to juggle, so
okay,
just don't hit my tomato ball here.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure.
He's
Here we
got
go.
this. He's a big clown. Go ahead.
Oh.
Oh. Da, 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 bump up. Yay!
Yay!
Just like the sockers. All right, so we're gonna make tomato bruschetta, and it's really easy to do. So the first thing is you need about 1.5 to 2 pounds of diced tomatoes. So you can use any kind, Roma's, heirloom. I don't know what tomato types are. Anyway, just get you some tomatoes, and if you can get them free from your friends and neighbors, then that's even better. And then we're gonna have some chopped green onion. Abby, come on over and you can see I've already started chopping. That's 2 green onions chopped up there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get one more done. We like to use the whites and the greens in our use of green onion, I guess.
Yeah.
And we use the whole thing from top to bottom. And so, not sure, that's probably about 1/2 cup's worth of green onions. 3 is what we did. And you throw those in. Then we need some fresh parsley. Now, all the recipes I ever find, some call for green onions, some don't. They all call for fresh basil. Are you up here? Okay. They all call for fresh basil, not fresh parsley. But while we like basil, fresh basil in certain things, not everybody likes it when I put it in the bruschetta. So we have found that just using a fresh flat leaf parsley is better for us, for our taste. But if you love the taste of fresh basil, then get that. If you can find it in your grocery store. In most places you can now. I don't know if you've ever seen this tip. This is how
You point knife at people.
I don't know how.
That is not very safe.
Come watch, Abby. This is how I take parsley off the stems. You don't have to like pick it or anything. You just take a good sharp knife and you kind of just whack down on it like this. I don't know if I call it, I'm shedding it. I don't know what you call it, but.
Shredding.
No, I'm shedding it off of its
not
stem.
shredding, y'all.
I'm shedding it off. And you need about that much. And then you take those leaves, which will stick everywhere, and then you just start chopping them up. And then once we get this chopped, we're gonna stick it in there, and then I'll show you what else we're gonna stick in just a minute. And now we're going to get our chopped parsley, throw that in, and Neil, grab that minced garlic. So you need 2 cloves of minced garlic, and that's like 2 teaspoons if you buy the already chopped stuff. I'm gonna wash my hands off real quick.
Just a regular old teaspoon?
Just that, yeah, a couple of those.
I don't like a whole lot of garlic stuff.
You what?
Nothing.
Right. There you go, good.
That's
All
close
right.
enough, right?
Well, did you do 2 teaspoons?
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Kinda, sorta.
All right, and then this is balsamic vinegar. And I think the recipe that I used to follow called for 1 tablespoon. That is not enough.
No, yeah, add it to it.
This stuff is so good. So I do at least 2 from the get-go. And then
Do a dash more.
we taste it.
Oh.
We'll wait. We'll taste it. We're also gonna do salt, pepper, and olive oil. And then for the olive oil, you just do a couple of tablespoons. You can do equal parts of the vinegar and the oil. And again, we're gonna taste it. And if it feels like it needs more, then we're gonna add more.
Do you want me to mix it?
You sure can. But first we're gonna put, now this is pink Himalayan salt. You can just use regular salt. You can use kosher, whatever. But you just need about, I don't know, 1/4 to 1/2 of a teaspoon probably is what I'm gonna start with.
Pink Himalayan.
And then we're gonna put some pepper in there as well. Same thing, kind of 1/4 to 1/2. And then we're gonna mix it up and taste it. And then we're gonna we gotta add the cheese, but I like to taste it before we add the cheese. Here you go, babe.
Sir, mix a lot.
Go ahead, mix it up. And sometimes, and I don't know that we'll have to do it with this one because we're using homegrown fresh garden tomatoes, and they are fresh. So if they're good and sweet on their own, but I won't have to do it. But sometimes if we purchase tomatoes from the store and we make this, and especially if it's not tomato season and we want it, we have to add sometimes just a little pinch of sugar. And when I say a pinch, I mean just a little pinch.
Just a little bit, huh?
Yeah, but
That good?
sometimes you need it. Yeah, looks pretty good. Now, I do. The Parmesan cheese is also gonna add some saltiness to it.
So it wasn't good enough.
It was great. I don't know why I have to start to look at it.
I know.
Teasing me?
I'm teasing you.
All right. So now we have to taste it. You just have to do a little quality control check. What do you call that? A little QC?
QC.
Okay.
You try it.
I know you're not like.
Because I don't know what you're looking for, really.
That's really good. Okay. It needs a little more salt, a little more pepper,
One more
and
balsamic.
a little bit more balsamic.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah. So we'll throw them in there. Now, the longer it sits,
The better
the
it gets.
better it gets.
Yep.
Yeah. So it
So you can make this up, what, a day in
I'll put
advance?
1 more tablespoon. I'm not going to put any more olive oil in there. It's fine. All right, and then you can see it. It gets, you see that in the bottom of the bowl? It's juicy. So all the juices start to come out, and then they all get happy together. So that garlic will get more garlicky, and the onions will lend their flavor, and they'll all kind of bloom in there.
That's a good word.
Bloom?
Bloom.
All right, and then the only thing we have to put in here now is the Parmesan cheese. So you could do shreds, that's what we have, or you could do shaves, or if you have the actual Parmesan block, you can just shave your own off in there. But we just went ahead and got the shredded
Why?
Parmesan because it was on sale. So
The triangle was $3.50-something.
yeah, for me to shred my own or to grate it.
And this was $1.80 something.
And this was $1.89. So Aldi's is the place to go for cheese. And I don't know how much I use.
Not much.
I don't know. I tell Mama we measure with our heart when it comes to cheese and chocolate.
Right.
Cheese and chocolate, you just measure with your heart. There are no rules. Oh, that looks pretty good. And it looks like the Italian colors. See?
Yeah.
Right there.
That was on purpose.
It's an Italian dish. All right, so this one's gonna be done. Why don't you tell us, what are we making for dessert?
For desserts, we're gonna have banana pudding tonight. Now listen, I know some of your purists out there are gonna be like, well, it's gotta be this and this. Yes, it's coming from a box, but it's gonna be easy banana pudding from Magnolia Table. All right, so it's her recipe, and so
Who's her?
What's her name?
Yeah.
Chip and Joanna.
Joanna.
I have to say Chip first because then it triggers my mind. Yeah. So it's Joanna Gaines' recipe.
Their Magnolia Table cookbook.
Yep.
And we don't have the cookbook, but the copycat recipe is flying around everywhere out there, and we've seen it, and so I've been wanting to try it. I know somebody's gonna want me to turn in my Southern card for this, but I do not eat meringue on top of banana pudding. I know, gasp here. That was a sigh, but all right, it'll work.
What's that supposed to be?
I said a gasp. Right.
Okay,
You're shocked. Right. Anyway, I don't like it on there. I don't like it on like my lemon meringue pies. I know. Or my banana puddings. Now, my mama and daddy and Neil, they all love it like that. But I've always made my banana pudding. I'll make the homemade custard. I'm not opposed to doing that. But I typically make homemade whipped cream and put that on there. And if I'm in a pinch, I'll use a boxed instant vanilla pudding and a tub of Cool Whip, like whatever, and throw it together if we really want banana pudding. It don't matter, it's good. That's right,
That's good.
So the Magnolia recipe calls for a box of instant pudding. So we'll show you that, and then we will come back and show you how we put together the last of the bruschetta after it has sat and marinated. Okay?
All right.
Okay, let's clean this up. So to start off the banana pudding for the mixture, you're going to need a package of vanilla pudding pie mix, instant pudding mix, 1.5 cups of water, and you want it to be cold water, and a can of sweetened condensed milk. You mix all that up and you want to let that sit for about 4 hours, or the recipe said overnight. We did 4 hours. Then we came back and we had Neil take his little baby rolling pin and crush up the Nilla wafers. And so you can have some big pieces, some pulverized pieces. Kind of good to have a mixture. You also want to take 3 cups of heavy whipping cream and we put it in our mixer and just let the stand mixer work for us. Start it out on low so it doesn't sling everywhere. And then you just let it whip up, and you want to have nice stiff peaks. And then meanwhile, you take 4 bananas and slice those up and have them ready. And then once you get all of your ingredients prepped, then you'll be able to go ahead and start stacking them. So you whip your whipped cream until you have, what's that, honey?
Stiff peak.
Right. You don't want it to turn into butter, but you want it to be better than soft whipped cream. Because if we were just topping it on top of like apple pie.
So we're not playing tonight. We're not getting that Cool Whip out of the container.
No. And this is why. They add sugar to that.
Yeah.
So the recipe, and I'll put it in the description below, but you saw it was the water and the pudding mix. And you just mix that together, and then a can of sweetened condensed milk. So all your sugar is in here. So you don't put any sugar in your whipped cream. But this is now the milk that goes in, and it's whipped cream. You know how to fold?
Laundry?
Whipped cream into pudding.
Yeah, can I do that?
Do you know how?
Yeah, you taught me before.
Did I? All right, show me what you got. What do you do?
You gotta be gentle because you don't want to break it up.
But what else?
You gotta get the sides.
And
what?
And you need to go down the middle.
And go down the middle.
No, like cut a knife down the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Cut a knife down the middle. Then work your way around. So you don't know how to fold it.
How else do you fold whipped cream and
gently?
Gently. Okay.
Okay.
I know I need to cut it down the middle.
You cut it down the middle.
Like this right there.
Yeah, and then fold it over. There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
It's starting to look like banana pudding now.
Yeah. So we get all of that mixed in, and then we'll do the other half.
I see a soft spot that didn't get folded in.
When you still see that white ribbon like that, Abby, can you see that, or can you just see your baby? Look in there. See, we can just see some of the whipped cream.
Watch y'all. You gotta cut it down the middle.
And then
flip
fold
it over.
That's folding it.
That's folding.
And you can still see the yellow and the white separated.
And then get your sides.
It's not all folded yet.
Man.
And that pudding stuff was thick. So.
How's that?
That's looking better. We're getting closer.
I'm kind of mixing now. I better start folding.
That's right.
I'll get in trouble. You want to speed this process up?
Yes, let's do it.
arm's tired already.
Okay, I got you.
Did I do good?
You did great.
So we're gonna fold the bananas in too?
No.
Oh.
We're gonna layer
We'll
those.
layer those.
Real quick though, while I finish folding this up, why don't you tell everybody about what we have going on next week? Because it's kind of a big week for you.
Yep, guys, most of you already know that I'm going through follicular lymphoma. So next week is the big week. We start chemotherapy on Tuesday, and I'll do that Tuesday and Wednesday of this coming week. So we ask that you'll be in prayer for us, that things go well, that everything will do what it's supposed to do. I do have a little bit of nerves about it. I'm hoping that my fatigue will not be too bad. I'm hoping that my sickness will not be too bad as well. The only thing I'm really kind of worried about is just how hot it's going to be this coming week and things like that. And the unknown is what scares me the most. But I'm pretty sure that everything's going to go well. And here in a few months, I'm going to be able to come on here and tell you that I'm in remission. And then we'll have a big celebration party. So that's what I'm praying for and hoping for.
Yeah. And we're really blessed to have a really good team of doctors and nurses who are at Levine Center in Union County where we live, and they're helping us out and coming up with a plan. And I had read online, and they tell you don't do that, and I probably shouldn't.
No.
But I had read online that sometimes this type of cancer, they just sit and wait, and they have to watch because it's not that bad. And I kind of hoped it would be, oh, it's not that bad.
Right.
But at the same time, we're not a sit and wait and watch kind of people. So we were kind of torn about, you know, what will the news be and all that. But the news was, well, we can't just sit and wait and watch. It has spread, and so it is stage 4. So we want to do a treatment plan, and we were really glad for that when they told us. But then I think when my heart got real happy was when our little doctor looked at us, and I call him our little doctor. He's young, y'all. He's real sweet. But I know he's capable, and he's going to manage this great with us, because he looked at us and said, I want to be aggressive. And Neil went, that's like our middle name. Like both of us. We're aggressive people. Just trust us. We're good with that. Knock it out. And we were like, yep, we are at the right place with the right guy. And we're just really appreciative to them already. And we haven't even really got into the whole journey with them yet. So we're just grateful for good people, good folks out there who want to help us and just, you know, be encouragement to us. We're getting a lot of cards and notes from people, and
comments on videos
and Facebook messages and all that kind of stuff. So we really appreciate it, because keeping our spirits up, keeping Neil's spirits up is what it's going to be all about. We've been told that's part of the battle. So we have our trifle bowl, and that's what we're going to start layering in. Now I think at the Magnolia Bakery, if we ever get to go there one day, they like serve it in cute little mason jars. So I think that would be fun too.
Yeah.
Is to make a whole bunch of mason jars. If we were having a party with a bunch of people coming over, everybody could grab their own mason jar, or you could set them out after dinner for dessert at the table for them. That would be a lot of fun. But tonight it's just us, and I don't want to dirty up a whole bunch of different jars, so we're just going to dirty up one. We're going to start with a little bit of cookie crumb in the bottom, and we're going to do, yeah, we're going to do bottom cookies, then bananas, then the pudding whipped cream mixture, and then keep going. Nice little layer at the bottom. Yeah. Alright, so I was trying to do a cute little design, and then they convinced me to make a smiley face in the middle, so I did. He has one weird eye.
A black eye.
a black eye. His nose looks like a piece of garlic and his teeth are jacked up, but it's all right. He could be a part of our family. So the final step for the bruschetta is to get your toast ready. And so we just took our French bread and sliced it nice and thin. Took a little olive oil with salt, parsley, and oregano. Mixed that up, painted it onto the bread, put it in the oven to toast it up and get it nice and brown. So the last thing we're gonna do, and we're just kind of throwing this here on the end before we show you the bruschetta that we're gonna taste test in just a second, is we're gonna make a knockoff Starbucks pink drink. So we've had them before, or the girls have had them before. Neil and I had not had them before today. So we went to Starbucks today and the girls bought their daddy a pink drink and I tasted some of it and it's really good.
It was good.
I always get coffee at Starbucks, but yep. Neil wanted something, he said refreshing and light. So they said, try the pink drink. Well, then we said, we gotta know how to make those at home, right?
So we figured it out.
We found a TikTok. So, and they said this is what we needed. The Ocean Spray, or you could get any brand, but they said you could find it, they knew in the Ocean Spray. The white cran strawberry. Now it's not, they use a, what is it that they use? A strawberry acai tea or something, because it does have some caffeine. Crap, spilled it. But this doesn't have tea in it, so it's not gonna have any caffeine. It's just juice and coconut milk. So she said you're gonna need, in a little bit of ice, your 1 1/4 cup. This cup might not be big enough. 1 1/4 cup of the juice.
It smells just like it.
It already does, yeah, that smells good. Yeah, our whole kitchen smells like it because I spilled it, but I'll wipe it, it's okay. And then a 1/2 cup of coconut milk, unsweetened, any brand, that didn't matter. So we picked ours up at Aldi's. Yeah, baby, I think I'm gonna need a bigger one. And this is 1/2 cup.
You need a bigger cup?
I do. I'm gonna pour it into a Yeti cup. Putting in our 1/2 cup of coconut milk. And then we're gonna stir.
Some ice in there.
No, this had enough. All right, I think. We always get light ice.
Where's our strawberries?
Oh, that's gonna be next. Look at there. It looks like it. If you've never tried the pink drink at Starbucks, this looks just like it. Then they put on top freeze-dried strawberries, and you can get freeze-dried strawberries at all kinds of places. We got it at Aldi's, but the girls said they have found them and bought them before over at like the Dollar Tree. So you can find them all kinds of places. And there you go. All right, Neely, you wanna try it?
Yeah, I'll try it.
See if it tastes like it. What's the verdict? You're so quiet.
It's good. Tastes pretty close. Only thing I would say about this one, it tastes a little more coconut. So we made.
I kind of like that though.
I kind of like that one better.
It's really good. Mm.
All right, we're gonna.
It does taste a little more like coconut than the pink drink does. So I don't know if they would, if you might would want to back that coconut milk off to just 1/4 cup.
Right.
To have it taste a little more like the pink drink. But that's really good because we like coconut.
Let's see. Let's let one of our
I
girls.
really like that.
Y'all try it and see what y'all think.
Don't let that drip everywhere, baby. Maddie's.
They will not get on camera.
You like it? She likes coconut. Abby will be the true test because she doesn't like coconut. All right, well, we'll try that some more, but I like that. That's good.
Yeah, that's really good.
So that's an easy little drink to mix together. All right, here we go.
Give me one.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna taste our bruschetta now. They're laughing at me because they said I put too much on one piece of bread.
It'll be all right, I get it in there.
Yeah, whole thing, you go with the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we just toasted them up under the broiler, but we didn't flip them over and do the other side, and you can, absolutely. It'll make them even crunchier. But I like part of it soft and part of it crunchy. So good, isn't it? Yummy. All right, so we made an appetizer, a drink, and our dessert of our banana pudding. And we're now gonna get to making our
It's a weird combination,
dinner.
y'all, but they're all so good.
You know, they wouldn't necessarily go together, but they're not
They're
gonna
all
be eaten.
summertime.
They're not gonna be eaten together. They're
No,
gonna
they're
be eaten
not.
separately with the Alice Springs chicken in the middle.
Exactly.
So we gotta get to cooking that now. And
Right.
we're gonna go and do that. And thank y'all so much for being here with us again. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That tells us that you liked it. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed already, to hit that subscribe button along with the bell and hit all, and you'll get notifications whenever we put out a video. We're not really sure what our schedule will look like here coming up. We kind of been playing it by ear. If Neil feels well and feels like doing this, then we do it. So we'll see how it does after chemo starts this week. Thank y'all so much for joining us.
Bye, y'all. Hope to see you next week.